Calamari.
Ooh, is that the...
I can't wait for some
Nope,
calamari.
that's the stream. Okay. Alrighty. So, welcome everybody to session 22. How's everyone doing tonight?
Woo!
Good.
Yay!
Yeah. Unfortunately, I believe Morgan is asleep because right now it is like 5:45 in the morning for them. So, understandably, they might not be joining us for the first couple of hours, if not the whole session. But we will be moving on. You guys are hearing me fine, right? Because I'm looking at Discord
Yes.
and it says I have like weird internet connection for some reason.
Oh, you're
I
good.
can hear you.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. Okay. So, with that, where did we leave off last session?
Fighting this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to head back to Gilead or whatever the place is.
Mhm.
It's just got in our way. Now we're gonna boil the crap out of this thing.
That's all the important information.
Pretty much.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is
that's
valid.
the only important information, at least from your perspective. Uh, but yeah, so as you all ventured from the continent of Ampharina to the distant town of Rosmoen within the kingdom of Ilios, you are met on the seas by supposedly what seems to be a territorial predator that just wants to sink your ship and eat you all. As you are attacked by, at least from Lokir's perspective, what seems to be a somewhat familiar adversary. At least the origins of said enemy seems to be familiar. And the last we left off, Viserys and Cirilla had been grasped by this Charybdis and teleported somewhere before seeming to communicate with this creature, as it kind of told them to fuck off. And with that, we will pick up in the midst of that conversation, as that conversation took a little bit more than what I think would be the adequate time for a round of combat. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get back into combat, and at the end of Viserys's turn, or at the beginning of Viserys's turn, he will be teleported onto the ship, onto Domus, and then you can tell them to stop fucking fighting with this thing. But for now, we're just gonna continue on as normal. I'm gonna get the music back up again. I don't know if anyone actually recognizes the music I'm playing for this.
Only from the last time.
I don't really
Damn.
like the new ones, to be honest. I
No?
don't really like the no, I don't really like the new things they released.
This is from Epic the Musical. This is the backtrack audio to the upcoming song in the Vengeance Saga, Charybdis. So you can see what I did there. If anyone's familiar with Epic the Musical. Take that as a no, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. All right. With that, we are going. How dare, honestly. But anyways, we are going to get started with we're gonna just get things going. So we're gonna start with Morgan's turn. Morgan has, from what I remember correctly, has just been trying to get back onto Domus. So at the moment, these two are not here yet. So we're just gonna plop you away. And Morgan is going to spend all of their movement, cunning action dash to continue scaling across this here. And they can't really do anything from over here, so that is going to be the end of their turn. With that, Lokir, you are currently on the one of the ships of Viserys' fleet, and there is one final tentacle left.
And I need to move closer to target.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that. Move to here, that should be enough room.
Alright.
I think that's enough.
You have a range of 120.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Are you playing the music right now? I don't hear
I
anything.
think it should.
I
Oh,
think
there's
you
no
have to-
volume on it.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's,
say, I think your volume's always good.
there we go.
There it is.
I'm hearing it
yeah.
from two of my devices because I have Roll20 on my laptop right now. I have laptop here and I have my fucking PC here. It's blowing the music into here. Anyways, so you're going to hit it with an Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, those numbers look
Yeah.
low.
And 16 breaks the damage threshold just barely. 30 is definitely going to hit the...
I'm not sure about that 30.
No?
No, I mean,
Oh.
I don't know. I think something's off.
Looks like you... your charisma modifier, you have a +5 modifier to this as well. So it's 16 plus 6
Yeah.
plus 5 plus 3?
Yeah, the +5. I don't know why.
Is that not from the vestige?
The vestige,
Something-
yes. You're
Oh.
you're wearing your vestiges on your arms, so they're
Does-
empowering your spells.
Does it give a +5 to attack roll?
Yeah. When you're casting a spell
It
with the
does!
bracers, yeah.
Yay! Then, yep, it's correct.
Okay.
And
Yeah, that-
gets doubled.
That is definitely going to hit.
Yeah. The
and
16 gets doubled as well.
the
Because
16
it crits.
the 16 crits as well. So yeah, it's going to obliterate this tentacle as you just see it like crash into the tentacle, and what's left of it kind of just like gets almost like it looks like a giant bruise swells up on the tentacle as you hear like one final roar of this creature from within the whirlpool as the tentacle sinks back into the ground. And at the moment, that is the last tentacle visible.
Do I say anything under the water? I mean, obviously not from here, I guess.
The ship, the central ship is still kind of like caught in this whirlpool, but at the moment you can't actually see the creature underneath the whirlpool.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna walk back, because I don't want to be anywhere near where those things are spawn.
Okay.
And
Just realized.
that's my turn. Yeah, sure.
All right. Cool. Akamero.
Given the lack of immediate threats, I'm going to use my bonus action to take my flaming spear and move it 5 feet below the water to begin boiling the ocean.
And so it begins. No. All right.
Let's go.
We will consult the Z chart as you. How many feet do you move it?
5 feet below the water, so
5 feet below the water. Okay.
15, something like that.
Something like that. All right. Cool. Sounds good. Do you have anything else you want to do with your turn?
I don't. Let me just real quick. If there's any- Was anyone really hurt last time?
Let me just.
30.
I'm at 24 out of 66, but I think we're sailing right now.
Okay.
There you go.
If you don't have to like expand anything, sure.
I'll throw a first level cure wounds at you.
Don't know
Like,
why.
come on. What are the chances that Mentacle spawns like right here and then hits me?
It's the damage threshold's gonna make it worthless. Alright, there you go. Get 12.
All right.
Prepare
On the
for wave
world-
3.
On the Whirlpool's turn, it's going to actually skip its turn, as it is occupied. With that, the commanders, Jason, do you want the commanders to be doing anything specifically? Because at the moment, I've kind of been like, we can't really do anything because this is way out of our league.
Yeah, no, I would hope that the commanders would have the mind to try to pull that central ship out of the tide pool. Like, if I was
Okay.
there on the ship, I would command them to try to hook ship and pull it out with the two leading ships.
Okay. Yeah, at the moment all of these ships have kind of decidedly come to a halt as this whirlpool when this whirlpool was summoned, but so currently the fleet will begin to raise anchor, and while others kind of start throwing out harpoons towards the ship in the whirlpool. That will be something for their next turn, as they will actually begin to move, and that'll probably just be determined by either their strength score or the equipment they use. But yeah, they will definitely start to raise anchor and start getting ready to tow this ship out of the whirlpool. Arya.
I'm gonna move very fast. Very so across the deck, like, you see that jump? Amazing. Okay, where are the tentacles? Anything else here?
Sorry?
Shot the last one. That was the gun. Let's see. Probably not gonna do anything this round. Other than just move, looking overboard.
Okay. And now, before Morgan's turn, Viserys and you and Cirilla, after completing the conversation you had previously with Charybdis, the entire room around you floods up as the creatures all kind of stare at you with this necrotic green eldritch horror kind of eyes, unfazed by the water before your vision is clouded in black smoke. Your molecules all feel like they are pulled apart and then recollect, and you find yourself inside the house of Domus.
And you said that the chamber was being filled with water, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, fall to my knees on the deck, Domus, and vomit water. And all right, stop fighting! Stop fighting! They're letting us go. They told us to fuck off.
Well, of course they said to go away. They're losing.
I imagine you're running. You're going outside to actually say this, because right now you are in the house and nobody's actually here except for you and Cirilla.
And then I'm running out to the end, and that pulled it out. Stop fighting! Stop! and then
So you
Water.
just so Arya, Lokir, and Akamero, you all three of you see from the other ship, and hear Viserys comes barreling out, him soaked and drenched in water, as he's like simultaneously like resisting the urge to vomit up more water, as you just hear him shouting to stop fighting.
What do you mean, stop fighting?
it looks like it's already done. All right, good
What do
job.
you mean it's...
What do you mean it talks?
No, so there was a weird. I got taken under, and there was an underwater chamber, and there was people with green eyes, and they said "fuck off," and I was like, "Well, why did you bring me down here? Just tell me to fuck off." And then they were like, "Who do you serve?" And I was like, "I don't serve anyone. I serve the people." And then they were like, "Oh, you with the syndicate, and you all told me not to fucking talk about who we're aligned with." So I was like, fucking no one. We work with them, but we're not with them. So
Oh,
yeah.
I think I get the gist of what you're saying.
And that is gonna. I'm gonna say that is the end of Viserys' turn. As we start another round, Morgan, now on the actual ship now, is going to make their way cunning action dash through here, as she kind of gets stopped by Sorella. She's like, "Oh, hey, did I say you was just teleport?" As she starts having a conversation with Sorella. Lokir.
I'm gonna move to let's see. Yeah, right about then. No. I could become a raven. Can I talk when I'm a raven? Let's see.
I'm pretty sure they got the vocals for it.
No, I mean with my voice. No, I
Probably.
shouldn't. Fuck. Okay, I won't. I'll just walk up to here. I heard you talk. I need to speak with you.
Does he even understand common?
Nothing. Look, I will get the answers I want one way or another. On the one way, you survive. The other, I make you a corpse and then I ask it questions.
I'm
Why don't-
on board for
Damn.
either outcome. But I do
Why
but
don't
I
you
do have
consult it in like 12 different languages? See which one it responds to.
So let me verify. You said all of that to. You shouted all of that down to
Yeah.
Charybdis.
All of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll start speaking Sylvan.
Interesting.
I'll-
I'll
have that
repeat it in
in
Sylvan.
Why don't you just phrase that in every language possible?
Yeah, exactly. Every language I know. I'll go over Giant as well. Fuck it.
Oh, really? I hope it does understand us because I want calamari, but I don't want to die.
Ah, it,
All right.
we destroyed it. It wasn't even a fight.
How do you know
Is that
it's
the end of your
different?
turn? As you just wait for it to respond?
Yeah, if it doesn't respond, that's to the end of my turn. Actually, no. I'm gonna prepare an Elder's Blast.
Mechanically, it's
If-
going to react to whatever you say to it on its own turn.
Yeah.
So. And you're gonna prepare an Eldritch Blast. You said.
Yeah. If any more tentacles pop up, they die.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
here, I think you need to jump in the whirlpool to go talk to him.
I am not going to.
don't fucking test me.
Akamero.
I don't think there's a lot to be done here. I don't think I have any way in which I can help the I am
Situation.
blanking. The Einherjar who is overboard off of
Oh.
Domus.
No.
Maybe we can ask Charybdis if he can pick him up.
I don't even know what this is.
I forget. At this point, I do not have any authority to like tell the soldiers what to do. Right?
No.
No, not.
I guess I can just ask Viserys to ask on my behalf to see if we can get the ship over here to throw anchor down, and hopefully have the.
Oh, are you talking about the? Are you talking about the Viserys' soldiers? I thought you were talking about
Yes.
the Inheriar.
No,
And Harry did fall overboard. It's probably gonna walk its way to death anyway.
It'll meet you on the shores.
Yeah, that's horrible.
honestly, that
Depends,
checks
like
out.
how deep is it? Like how low?
It's
is
still
it of
sinking.
this body?
It's big enough for Charybdis, so.
Fair
Let's
enough,
co-
fair
That
enough.
takes a year.
Let's consult the Z chart over here.
Let's consult the CG. Let's see. Yeah, it's still fucking going.
As long as we're not over the Mariana Trench, we can assume it's not gonna go over the sea chart quite
It is like, it is mechanically descending 15 feet every round.
Well, that sucks.
Like a stone.
I think
All
In
right.
fact, I need to lower it even more because we skipped over Cyrilla's turn.
Alright, well then, I think I just let this one ride.
Rather, why don't you shout at it in thaumaturgy? I'm sure it will respond quite quicker. They can't talk. Start just belittling it.
Alright. You all watch on the Whirlpool's turn, because you guys still don't know its name is Charybdis. You watch as the Whirlpool starts to slow down, shrink in size, and you watch as the ship within the center kind of like gets jostled around a bit as the Whirlpool disappears.
Ooh.
Did it
Yes.
retreat? I bet it retreated. Howard. Mollusk.
And I'm gonna say that is the end of combat.
Perhaps I can think to say end of session.
That's the end of session, guys. Thank you all for coming out to this half hour.
Nah. Dumb cephalopod.
Alright. The creature has seemingly disappeared. You're not sure in what way it has disappeared, but the whirlpool itself is gone. As
Let's reel in those
you
harpoons.
all,
Reel in those tentacles.
the tentacles themselves aren't like severed from. There's like maybe one or two that are like fully, completely severed, and are kind of but have sunk into the water. But
Dang it.
most of them were just wounded to the point of sinking back into the water.
You have to get bad necrosis.
That sucks. No calamari.
Can I find... How dumb would it be to send the Raven into the fucking water?
I mean, I don't even need to breathe. So, mechanically speaking,
Yeah, I don't
need
think
air to
birds.
function.
Yeah, but I want to talk to it. It can't
I
live.
can-
I didn't give
can
it
go-
permission yet.
Hold on,
I
this
can
might
go in
this
there.
might be a perfect use of levitate if I still have it prepared. I don't. Dang.
Is there
Oh, I
any one of the is there any one of the flying sons of bitches that were
The Grells that
on the
were attacking
enemies?
you.
Yeah.
The Grells are all dead. The ones that are up here, but you know there's still some that seem to be wherever you were teleported to. But
Right.
the ones that had surfaced from the water are all dead.
Who wants to tie a rope to me? I can technically just latch onto the bottom of the ship.
You
without
can
any
hear. I will say also as the whirlpool disappears, you can see the commanders give a sigh of relief before they're starting to give orders to get the fuck out of here. They are on their they are leaving.
I'm gonna use the... Use it thaumaturgy to make me
Yeah,
I
sound
have-
out. Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it is.
use thaumaturgy and I'm gonna say, no, 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 no. You don't get to live yet. I am not done with you. We need to speak. Drop anchors. We're not leaving.
The commanders all look to you and they're just like, we are wolves in the sea with a shark. There is
I
nothing we
fished
can do, and we need to
alone,
get
Captain.
out of here before that thing comes back.
I want it to come back. That's the point.
You were just thaumaturging like 2 feet away from this person, just screaming.
Yeah.
Well, that's yours.
Really just arrogate your dirty laundry to the rest of the soldiers.
It's
No,
like
no,
speaking
everyone
down like a
is
megaphone and then turning to the person next to you and still talking in the megaphone.
Yes.
I do have spider climb. I don't need to breathe. All I have to do is just walk on the bottom of the ship, and I can yell at it. If you want me
Also,
to.
where are the
I have
corpses?
thaumaturgy.
Where are the Grell corpses?
I'm not eating those. Kind of gross.
Some of the I think some of the Grell corpses are just completely incinerated, I believe. No, actually, they all just have a bunch of psionic knives that split them in half. So, but
I want to go over to one. Wherever it is.
yeah, there would definitely be like a limp Grell kind of just floating in the water still. It's kind of like it's kind of just there, like you could see that Morgan's psionic knives have just split it down the central like cervical of the stem, the cervical part of the brain that connects the two halves together, and so it's just a split in half kind of head in the water.
And in
I'm
this
gonna
time, I'm telling
bump onto it.
I send a message to the commanders that are on the ship with Lokir. I don't know how to say it, but I just say it, and I cast a message to the commanders. We're gonna hold fast. He's got a plan.
You can see the commander kind of stops and kind of like looks around, seemingly looking around for you, like, where the fuck did you come from? Where are you? So
I see his reaction, and I'm like, did you just hear me?
where are you, Captain?
Look on the turtle. Look on the turtle. And I'm pointing at the commander.
He looks to you and he says, Captain, we can't just stay here. We can't do anything here. Can't do anything here.
Staring at?
Look, listen to me.
Commander.
5 minutes. Just give us 5 minutes, and we will shove off. I promise.
Make a
Everyone will be
persuasion check.
fine.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage because you are the captain.
Okay.
Let's see it.
I can't wait for this to like end.
Okay, it's a good.
This is just
number.
going to be epic. This is just going to be the Odyssey with with Viserys. On a 17, the commander you are talking to, named Eurylicus, I'm just kidding, basically just looks to you and he just gives like a look of exhaustion, and as he just goes, fine. Lower anchor, we are going. Just as he starts giving orders to the rest of the crew, it doesn't really give you a response. He just starts giving orders to the crew on his ship to come to a halt to stop preparing to leave. But you can see that he's also giving orders to like remove the harpoons from the ship they were attaching to.
Very good.
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy and just yell to Viserys as he's in line of sight. Hey, I thought you were dead. What happened to you?
The underwater, it's a whole thing. We'll talk. We all get back on the tortoise. We'll talk about it.
Why don't you just shout at me? This is funner.
Cirilla just comes over and he's just like, "Are you guys just fucking?" And she like just fucking draws some sigils on her device, and you can see this sun wing that is flying near the two sun wings flying on either side of this ship come flying over, and kind of clamp onto the side of the ship as they're just like, "Just fly over here."
Oh, free ride. Thank
In
you,
response,
Umbrella.
in response to this, before making any motion, Nakamura also cast thaumaturgy. When'd you learn to cast this, Viserys?
I don't know. It was a total like I thought about it, and then I just said it. and it just happened.
Has he
That's
been
really
using a spell this whole time?
You
No,
think
not
he's just
the
yelling this
yelling
loud?
is just me yelling, but the thing to the commanders was message.
Oh, you should use that on me. I get on the Thunderhawk as I'm Green Goblin riding this thing.
All
That's
right,
fine.
I'm just
you
not even
fly.
on the back of
You both fly on the sun wings. Loki, are you out in the
Yeah,
water because you're a raven right now, or are you diving into the water?
No. I'm jumping overboard.
You're jumping overboard.
Wait, you were right
Oh.
next to me. Can I make the
It
next
it doesn't get to
wisdom?
live. It's the monster.
God,
It doesn't
okay.
get to run away.
So
Can I
you
make
are
a
swimming.
athletics or
So
acrobatics
you are
check before
diving
wisdom?
for this. You are diving for this creature right now.
Before that, I want to go next to a Grell and where is it? Is it Chronicles of the Raven Queen?
Did I catch him before he gets fully in the water? He was close to me.
I'm
gonna say no because you are currently distracted by Viserys. I was distracted by Viserys. I didn't even see this happen. I didn't even see it happen before he was already in the water.
I assumed he was a raven. Well, crap.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if Grells have speech.
I'm
Uh,
gonna fucking try it. I'm gonna ask it. Who does he work for?
If it has half a mouth, just put its
Does
head back
it
together.
need to know a language you understand?
No. From what I understand, it just appears in a language I want in the book.
Okay.
Translated into a language, of
I
course.
think. I mean,
You
I
need
think
me to
so.
mend its head back together so its mouth functions.
no. He doesn't need to have a mouth. I just need a
Okay.
hand.
Your response in the book, as I want to clarify, you have a book in the water. Your fucking book is like, if it wasn't a magic item, it would be fucking soaked. But you can see the magic item, the magic of the book of the tome is kind of just like keeping away. It's like making the book kind of like hydrophobic.
It being waterproof is like the least of its abilities, right?
John,
your-
real quick above the table, is Lokir good in the water, or is it like a struggle to hold the book and the thing, the whatever that is in the water, like and swim at the same time?
The grell itself is kind of floating in the water, so it's not hard for you to stay afloat while you're looking at your book. So you're relatively fine.
Loki was a soldier as well. Like I've been in the thing before.
So you know.
Lokir, the response in your book says, "I was an undead servant of the Harbinger of Legends."
Well, that's not helpful. Anyways, I'll just dive down and try. Fuck, how does that work though?
Okay.
Like, how
I'm gonna need
how does diving work with a raven?
You're doing this as a raven right now, or are you doing this as yourself?
No.
Because I think as
But,
yourself would be more.
The thing is that I need the raven to see, so it needs to be on my shoulders, and as long as it's on my shoulder, it can't be affected by anything. Does
Okay.
that work with water though?
I'd imagine so, especially because it's a magic raven. I feel like, like the tome, the water is the least of its abilities.
Fair enough.
So go ahead and roll an athletics check as you swim as you swim after this creature. Meanwhile,
Can I
Akamero,
try to see it first?
Can you try to what?
See if it's there first.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage because you are currently you have dark vision, so it should. Okay, on a 28 to.
Jeez.
On a 28.
Probably.
Yeah. Absolutely. You sink in. You start. Are you looking as you're simultaneously swimming down, or are you just looking down?
I'm gonna
from, like,
look
hitting?
first because if I can see it, I'm gonna give it a warning. It either comes back and talks, or I'm fucking killing it.
Okay. you can
Rock
see
ball.
as the you look down the water and you could still see that the tentacles kind of you could see a lot of the tentacles are still intact. You seem to have damaged them enough to be useless, but you could see a lot of them still retracting into the deeper and deeper into the waters. But they are definitely attached to something. As you
I'm
see, as
gonna.
looking down in the water, you could see a massive crustacean-like creature that doesn't seem to have any sort of like face. You can kind of just see a giant like shell and some sort of like construct or some kind of creature kind of emerge from the shell itself as the tentacles are all attached to the front facing side of it, to the front of the creature as it sinks into the ground. And you can see that the creature has appendages outside of the tentacles, on the sides of which you can see massive. It looks like crab legs, basically, like, but the crab legs seem to be made of rock, clusters of stone, kind of forged into these. It almost looks like the legs of like some sort of crab-like earth elemental, as you could see this creature, and you can see that a lot of its body is accented with this necrotic green glow, as it's kind of. But you can see that even with your dark vision, it is sinking deeper and deeper into the water, and it is disappearing from your line of sight.
I'm gonna fire a warning shot at it.
Okay. Are
And
you
then I'm gonna
actively
be
like?
very.
Are you actively aiming for it, or are you aiming
No,
away from
No,
it?
no, no.
Actively aiming away from it, making sure that it knows it's a warning shot, but I'm gonna fire the first one and then I'm gonna edit the next one and look straight at it and see what it does.
Okay. You can see that you fire off a warning shot, and it's still continuing to sink into the water. It's just trying to
Ah,
get away. It's trying to run.
fuck it, I'm just gonna fire at it. The worst that could happen, right?
Okay.
What's the worst that can happen?
Go ahead and
Famous
roll
last word.
How
an
far
Eldritch
away
Blast.
is it? How far away is it for range purposes?
I'd say how far is your dark vision at the moment? Because it is leaving your dark vision. So if your
120.
dark vision what?
120.
120. So
Yeah.
it is actively leaving your range of sight. I'd say from where you are only, you would have one. You would be able to shoot off one Eldritch Blast before you would not be able to see it anymore, and it would leave your range of Eldritch Blast.
Could I get in range to cast this?
That is half of your. So that's
Yeah.
half the distance that you'd have to basically travel another 60 feet while it's still swimming away, basically. So I would say you would, from where you are right now and seeing how fast it's sinking into the water, from where you are and how much distance you have to cover, you would not be able to make
Okay.
it. Unless you
then I'm
had like
just gonna.
just straight up swimming down, you would not be able to. But if you had some other way you can get 60 feet in like 3 seconds to get faster than this creature, then you're not going to
Yeah,
be
I
able to make it.
don't.
You don't have any more Misty steps or whatever?
No, I'm 0 out of 3, unfortunately. Which makes what I'm about to
Mechanically,
do
this
very
thing is moving.
dangerous.
Mechanically, this thing is moving 60 feet per round. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna Eldritch Blast to try and get its attention. Then.
Okay. Yeah, then go ahead and make an attack. 18 is exactly its AC.
Ooh.
Well,
So
you
that is
probably
going
gotta
to be
send them out.
14 force damage.
I'm sorry. Can we above table? How was it? 14. My
So
edge.
every time, so because Lokir has a vestige on equipped, he is using like bracers that empower his spells. Every time he successfully hits, it automatically doubles the damage as if it were a crit.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
vestiges are nice.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And
And subsequently, that would quadruple the damage if it were a crit, if it were a natural crit. But
Damn.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit with a second beam as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going to fucking Jesus Christ.
We're not
mad.
done unless I say we're done. It doesn't get to
Okay,
live.
so I will say you hit for 14 damage on the first hit, but it has a damage threshold of 15, so that actually doesn't deal the damage. The
Did it
23
stop, though?
to hit and the 24 damage, that is going to hit and is going to deal
on
the
the-
damage.
On the 14, did it stop though? Or it just kept going?
It is definitely going to. You could see that it on the 14 it doesn't seem to hit. It doesn't seem to stop as it kind of just seems to almost tank that shot. You hit successfully, but it just doesn't pierce anything. It doesn't seem to do anything towards it. The
Brush it off.
the 24 though.
I'm not scared.
you would-
You're scared.
Well, you got his attention.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, is it a good time to
Alright.
mention you have thalassophobia?
Thalassophobia.
I already have that.
You have
Braver
what?
than me right now.
Thalassophobia, the fear of
Yeah.
water.
Your water?
Not exactly water, it's deep
Not exactly
sea,
water,
right?
just like the infinite
Yeah.
depths
The
of
ocean.
water.
Yeah, and I'm charging towards a creature? Like, yeah.
So
Yeah, I
You-
agree.
So you hit this last shot just as you watch it visibly leave your range of Eldritch Blast, and the last thing you can actually see within, and once it leaves your Eldritch Blast, the only real thing you can actually see of this creature is like the necrotic green glowing accents of its exterior. As you hit this Eldritch Blast, you could see it come to a screeching halt.
Uh-huh.
All of the lights just stop, and you can almost see it, like you could see the lights start to move, and
Uh-oh.
you can't see its eyes, but you can just see a certain collection of the accented lights around it almost make it appear as if it's staring daggers at your soul from within from just outside of your dark vision range.
Okay, how do
I'm in
I
danger.
tell it I don't want to kill it now though?
You want me to get down there? You got message? I don't need a
no, I don't. Do I have message?
I think we're going to, for now, because of how much you've done right now, we are going to move back over to the Patir twins and Viserys as Akamaro and Arya, the two of you, make it onto Domus with the Sun Wings, and as you leave the exit the Sun Wings, they fly back up into the air.
Yeah, I'm tying a rope to myself after seeing that whole diving thing. Someone hold on to the other end of this rope.
Oh, Lokir is still looking, like he's still on the surface of the water. He's just looking in from atop the surface, kind of just dipping his head into the water. So he's still there, kind of like using the Grell as a life preserver.
I want to dip my head in the water then.
I volunteer to hold the rope.
Okay.
Not
What is your Do you also have a do you also have a dark vision range of 120 feet, or is it just 60?
Well, it's just the average. If you
Yeah,
descend
Lokir
the-
has it. Lokir can see the creature because because Lokir has an additional like 60 feet of range with his dark vision. So
We'll
as you
see it
dip your
roll.
head into the water, you can't even see the lights.
Okay. I just lift my head out of the water. Yeah, I'm going in. Sarah, hold that rope, please. I don't trust Akamero to be strong enough to hold me.
I was going to
Second.
intentionally drop it.
Going. Yeah.
All right, Mike.
Just
And then
hold it.
yeah, I
As I'm
got
gonna
it.
swim down.
Okay.
And
You are
Viserys will
swimming.
tell you-
You are swimming down after this creature.
Might as well. Worst that
Okay.
can happen.
Go
That's
ahead
a
and
pretty fun way to
Go
TPK.
ahead.
You know?
go ahead and roll an athletics check.
I'm great.
I'm gonna say with disadvantage because you're not in a terrain that you are actively able to like. You don't have a swim speed, so this is gonna be with disadvantage.
Okay. Where is the disadvantage button? There it is. Hello, disadvantage, my old friend. I missed you. Hey, double crit.
Oh my god!
Screw you! Screw
Are
you!
you
I'm wearing
fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
now.
Are you?
You don't get to know
did you do
TPK.
I need to
How
know
is
how
that
you did
even? Are you fucking kidding me right now? 2 natural 20s?
The gods have spoken.
Totaling
What
to
a
a
dick. And you
29?
wasted them both.
And it's on a fucking swimming after this fucking thing? Oh my god, what is your constitution score?
My con is 5. I don't need
A
breathe,
plus 5?
So air is not my problem. My con score?
Oh, you don't need to breathe.
My
Oh,
con
so you're
score is
fine.
2.
Oh my god.
yeah,
And
I
you're a
don't need to
vampire, so like
Yeah.
using like vampire mythos, you're just dropping. You can't even swim back up
Yeah.
because you just
That's why I said you have to hold the rope. Yeah, I'm throwing fish on a line. I wear chainmail. I didn't take it off.
How
That's why I have the rope.
okay, let me ask how long is the rope?
It's my entire length of rope.
So it's 50
So,
feet.
Or the hemp rope goes.
Hemp
yeah.
rope is 50 feet.
Or that's-
So you are only able to gun it down 50 feet. But look here, as you're like looking and you see this thing turn to you, just out of the corner of your eye, you could just see a tiny torpedo skyrocketing down into the water with a little bit of a rope kind of attached to it. As Arya just goes fucking gunning for this thing down into
Oh,
the
I'm not
watter.
even gunning. I'm not gunning. I'm like M. Bison. I just arms crossed, legs down like a torpedo. Just
You just
I wear
fucking.
chainmail. I'm not swimming in this. None of us
You
have to go
are
back.
easily able to drop into the water, and you kind of, and like it's almost like bungee jumping, as and you are almost like caught out of the air but in the water by your rope as you kind of come to a screeching halt as the end of the rope gets like tied.
Thaumaturgy. So what's happening? Thaumaturgy.
What's happening? How far does your voice travel with thaumaturgy?
Thaumaturgy. I think it's 4 times.
Four
whatever
times?
The normal volume is. Let me see. Volume.
Create
3
units.
times as loud for normal for 1 minute. 30 feet technically. But sound
3
travels
times
a
as
lot in
loud.
water.
Normal, 30 feet. So,
Range
oh god.
is 30 feet.
I
But it's
think,
on my
and
cell.
also I think it just like let me. It might be completely. All right. All right.
Did you get,
You get-
any of what I'm
You get fucking no response as you as you thaumaturgy down into the water, and you're just like, what is happening?
What are you looking at?
Are you talking to Lokia right now?
Yeah. What do you say?
I can't
I don't see
exactly
anything.
talk underwater though. I mean, I guess I can pop my head out, can't I?
Yeah, you could pop your head
Yeah,
out. You're still on the
I would
surface.
think so.
But
I'm gonna
Arya,
pop my head
Arya,
out
you
for a bit.
you are hearing this from Arya, who is like 50 feet down into the water.
Okay, actually, I don't care to pop my head out. I want to see what the thing is doing.
It's still looking at you.
I'm gonna ready another Eldritch Blast and then turn it off again. Like,
Oh.
ready the Eldritch Blast and then let it go.
You see,
Any
Okay.
response?
Okay. I will also point out that every time you like cast Eldritch Blast, you can see visually the bracers around you are empowering it as like a little so it's even like I think you even like it accentuates your kind of signaling to the creature as your bracers kind of give off this little accented golden glow just for a second before you stop it I gotta think about this.
is it gonna move closer? Because that's gonna scare the crap out of me if it does.
Yeah, I don't know. That one.
Okay. I gotta think about this. What's it gonna do?
If you want, I can roll an intimidation check.
If
If it's gonna help you
what?
decide.
So let me ask. What is the goal here? What are you trying to like? I know you're trying to stop, but what specifically are you trying to do with threatening the Eldritch Blast?
Basically saying, you don't come back, I'm gonna shoot you again.
Even though you know it's out of your range of.
It doesn't know that. I know
Doesn't
that.
know either.
I know that, but it doesn't know.
And
Roll
I
a
know
bluff.
that-
No, I'm kidding.
I am the one that fucked most of the tentacles. You know, it
Okay.
should free me by now.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay,
should free
okay.
me by now.
Or at least acknowledge you. Maybe not
Yeah.
hear, but acknowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a beast of the abyss. I doubt it hears anything.
Okay.
By the time
Whatever
I'm done
it
with
is.
it.
What
Oh, it should hear us.
languages do you understand, Lokir?
Common, Sylvan, Giant, Elvis.
Fuck.
And you would know giant too, though, right? No.
No, so yeah,
I
giant
do.
is your common.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Hmm.
maybe that's why I know Giant. I knew Abyss at some point. Don't know why I removed it. But yeah.
I'd say you could theoretically know Abyssal if you wanted to. Abyssal is an interesting language because that's just the language of demons, which I don't know why you'd be interested in the language of demons, but you.
Yeah, I don't think my
Because
character
he's
would
cute.
be.
I know him first.
I
Yeah, we
mean-
should know This'll be
Hmm.
Two of your
What
closest friends know this
what languages do the green thing the fucking I
They
don't know
have
what they
their
are. I
own
mean,
language. They have their own language entirely, and it's just called Grell.
uh-huh.
Bro.
No. I was
Relish.
talking about the person that kept me prisoner. Because
Prisoner?
it could be one
That
of the
would prob-
languages I would
That would
pick up.
that person would probably be the one that knows Sylvan.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you would have, the mind flayers would have not been speaking to you because they would have entirely been speaking telepathically with the guy.
Fair enough.
But I will say, you get a response, as you can recognize the effects of telepathy, this sort of echoish voice from the back of your mind. It's a language
Things that grown.
it's a language you aren't familiar with. And yet you know you understand this language.
The meaning's there.
As just like you can tell this is like you can almost audibly hear that this is the very edge of its telepathy as it's looking to you and it says, "Leave my domain."
I will live after we talk. I need to talk to you. Now, you can either come back here and we can talk, or I can kill you and ask you corpse the questions. I'm fine either way.
Make an intimidation check.
I will.
I'm 50 feet closer to this thing than you are, so I might lose.
Have fun with fun.
Have fun with that. Oh
I'm
God.
warm.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
you are scary. You're probably just making a very angry face to me. I can't hear this
All in
conversation.
black with feathers and shit. Just
You
He looks angry.
look up. Are looking down on this thing, and you are kind of like you are telepathically communicating this as you are telepathically trying to intimidate this creature. Making
I'll
Martin
let
squid
her
bully
free bullying.
squid bullying session off my bingo card.
What's even
alright.
on your bingo card?
I can't imagine.
That's free space. That's free
It's his
space.
fault for
It's free
running.
space. There you go.
It shouldn't have run.
Okay. You are so you are like telepathically shouting at this creature as as it's looking down on you, or as it's looking up to you from the depths and the very edge of your dark vision. You are just looking down on it, screaming at it telepathically, and you are interrupted. As you're not sure that you actually see this happen. You're not sure exactly if this is like some sort of illusion or if this is actually what it does. But as you are intimidating this creature, all of a sudden, from the very edge of your dark vision, you just see it rocket straight at you from the depths of the water. And the last thing, and as it gets like 50 feet, as it gets like 50 feet away from you, the tentacles wrap around you. And Arya, you also see this happen as it passes by you and just snags you up with its tentacle as well. And before you can hit the Eldritch Blast off, you just feel your molecules just dissipate and separate apart as black smoke encapsulates you, and you can feel your body kind of recollect, and you find yourself in darkness.
Oh crap! Give back Lokier, you giant squid!
I say you find yourself in darkness, but you both have dark vision, so
Are we both teleported?
You are both teleported, yeah. From using the
I didn't want this. The rope
Oops.
probably
Oopsie daisy.
Safety line. Oh no! I just look at Lokier. What did you just do to us?
Not my fault you followed me.
Hey, I thought you were gonna drown. I didn't know you could swim. Though I guess, given your background, I suppose you can. Must be muscle memory for you.
From the depths of the water, you suddenly find yourself in a large room. Surrounding you are shambling creatures. There is no light in this. You are entirely relying on your dark vision, and and from your black and white kind of visual through your dark vision, you can just see these shambling creatures, humanoid in nature and medium size, around your sizes, kind of just like stalking in the dark. In front of you, you can see one of these psionic grells that's just looking at you. Beside it is another one of these creatures, and a couple of them you can see dotting the room aren't entirely humanoid. And Lokier, you recognize the familiar kind of tentacles that are emerging from the mouth of these creatures. You recognize they are of the same species, but you don't seem to recognize. These don't look like the creatures that the spawns of Oldsmere, nor do they look like the mind flare that you had seen before. These look kind of gaunt in nature. These all look undead, like they are risen creatures from the dead, as they all look at you.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This room, is the interior flesh-like or
It is not flesh-like. It is. You find yourself in this kind of room of this strange, like darkish metallic material. It's kind of like this cone shape. It's like a cone-shaped room where you are at the center of this cone, and the kind of walls kind of go at an angle outwards, and then kind of encapsulate on the rooftop. Surrounding you seems to be all of these different like pods that have been broken into. They all look aged and old and ancient, but these look like different like capsule pods that seem to once hold something. Now they're just empty and aged. Behind you is like this little this like kind of console table that you can kind of deduce might be what used to control these things, but now you can barely tell if that's actually even functional anymore.
Where are we? This is mechanical, and we were just taken by something of flesh. Where are we? And who are these?
And Akamero, as you like, or is Viserys or Akamero holding Arya's rope?
I think maybe both. I don't know.
No, I think I grabbed it because he's
Okay. So Viserys, as you kind of like are holding this rope, you can kind of feel, this entire time you can kind of feel Arya's weight being pulling on the rope.
Yeah, I'm keeping it taut.
You suddenly feel it become a lot looser.
Yeah,
I instinctively start to pull it back up onto the ship, and
you find that the end of the rope is torn about 40 feet down the rope.
Oh, so I'm still latched onto what's left.
You find like Arya, around your waist is still the last like 10 feet of rope. But so your hempen rope is now 40 feet shorter, but you now have an additional 10 feet of hempen rope. But Viserys, you are just holding on to a end of a fishing line that has been torn by supposedly Charybdis.
yeah.
Whoops.
I'm sure it's fine. Like it happened to me. It happened. I'm assuming it happened to them.
you just look at the end of your rope where your sister once was. No, don't be.
Akane was currently holding a knife. He was already contemplating cutting the rope as a joke.
Wow, you hate me.
Christ Almighty! Good Lord. Anyways,
I'm gonna be the one on the cross here in a second. I'm gonna get back to you.
So, Lokir and Arya.
Yeah, you are the ugliest creature I've seen today. Looking at that growl.
It just stares at you.
Are-
You can see in the dark, even with your like black and white dark vision, you can still see that all of their eyes are also like necrotic green.
Oh.
Very similar to Charybdis's eyes.
Undead, I take it.
Would Loki realize that this is the same thing that happened to Viserys and Zarilla?
You can imagine, love. You can imagine visually the black smoke, and also the fact that you were already aware that it was that black smoke kind of seemed like some sort of teleportation of some kind. You can imagine this is what happened to Viserys and Cirilla.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
You're not sure if this is exactly where they were teleported, but
Yeah. Okay.
Are we in the belly of the beast right now?
Probably.
Like,
Okay.
which one of you creatures speaks? or has some semblance of speech. I'm looking around. Are we in water or are we like on solid ground?
You are on solid ground.
Oh, great! I can just throw up all this water then too.
Yeah, there. It doesn't. There. It seems like damp and wet, like there was water in here, but it's gone.
Airlocked.
I'm surprised none of this metallic is rusted.
Seems fine. No rust.
Yeah. Yeah. That's unusual.
Okay, can we talk now?
Can they even talk now? They have
What do
tentacles
you
for
wish
mouth.
to discuss? As you kind of look, and the Grell floating in the air kind of starts talking, not telepathically, but it just starts talking with its little beak on the front of its brain.
Oh, it does have sentience. Lovely.
So it would seem. Well, first off, a bit over a year ago, my ship was attacked by a giant fucking squid, and I can't imagine there's many of those going around. You wouldn't happen to be the one that attacked my ship, would you?
I have sunk many ships in my time.
Okay, let's be a bit more specific.
You also know that
I
that
was-
was 5 years ago.
Okay. I was transporting a prisoner on a ship when the syndicate attacked, and they decided to fucking sink the ship so they can get the prisoner. Were you the one that attacked the ship?
I'm gonna just real quick.
Oh, need it.
Is this you? So, correct. I'd look back on I don't know if you actually can, but I'd look back on the notes about because
I
the
can.
tentacles
Look-
themselves aren't the tentacles that like had attacked you were vines. They were not these like tentacles. You recognize the tentacles being from the mind flare that was in your backstory.
Okay.
But you don't recognize. But you don't. The size and scale of these tentacles is foreign to you. You know that Altsmere, and you also know that you can deduce that Altsmere was not a part of the syndicate.
Yeah, but I know that the syndicate were the ones that attacked the ship, though.
No, Altsmere was the one that attacked the ship
So why was I mad at what's his name?
because Alephis was on. Because
Alephis.
Alephis was on the ship.
Oh, okay. So
Was the captain of the
yeah,
ship that
I never got to talk to him. Like I talked to him, but I was way too aggressive, so I never actually
Yeah.
got to the.
Alephis was
bottom
the
of-
captain. Alephis was the captain of the ship, and he told you that he was essentially he essentially took on the quest of sending Kidamonas away because he was trying to inadvertently convince Kidamonas to join the syndicate, but he was interrupted by Altsmere, who
Okay.
attacked your ship and then kidnapped you.
Why did you guys attack us? Our friends, my friend up there, topside now, told us a bit of what you discussed with them, but I need more clarity. Why did you attack us? And who do you work for?
We are but wounded predators seeking to heal our wounds.
You want to lick your wounds, and yet you had the gall to attack us? Oh no. That seems hypocritical.
We feast on weary travelers that pass by our waters.
Not so wary, since you attacked a fully armed fleet. Though we have an objective that isn't you. So do you have a master, or is this just simply a whimsical instinct to feed yourself?
I serve death. He is my master.
Which death? There seems to be a lot of that going around.
I
Have a
serve
name.
Hades, the god of death.
Oh, him? I know him. He's a treat, though he's currently expired.
You see no visual response from them.
Though we did work with him. Good chap, though he's no longer in the equation. I hope the Cynic can get his body back. So you friends with him then?
No response.
Or no? Oh. Hmm. Look at Loki here, just whisper. I think they're mourning or trying to decide whether to kill us.
A bit of both, perhaps. Before that,
Well, for the first one.
would you know someone called Altmaier? Or anything about Silva?
Altmere and Silva are foreign names.
Oh,
That's shit.
that's unfortunate. Who's the harbinger of legends?
I am the harbinger of legends.
Oh, what a title for
Uh-huh.
And it's then you start to realize these don't have a consciousness. You are speaking to Charybdis, the harbinger of legends.
Oh, this is just that one
Uh-huh.
brain cell we're talking to. Great. We're just talking to a
Uh-huh.
brain cell. Oh, oh no. We're in this thing's brain. Oh,
How did you end up? Uh,
wounded like an animal.
no. How old are you? How long have you existed?
Gotta verify him before I say anything. Let me
Probably long.
consult the Cerdonia calendar.
The late side.
I bet it doesn't even fall on the calendar. It's probably ugh,
It probably
creatures of
does. It probably does. Give me
he's
one
a
second.
creature of the depths. If we had maybe it's like a tree. If we cut off its tentacles, we can read how many rings it might have. Or bones. Are you even a living creature? Where in your mind? Why is it so metallic, so constructed?
Libest.
It is not there. Okay, but his response would be, "I have served the god of death for the last 1800 years.
Well, shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It is he
Uh-huh.
who had given me life, and he who I serve to my dying breath."
I
Yeah,
see.
but your magic isn't his. I've seen it before and it's not of this world.
He, well, Hades is no longer even an equation anymore. He's not living currently. That was all thanks to Zeus, unfortunately. Slain him. Though we're definitely gonna get vengeance. That's what that whole fleet is doing.
Zeus. That name. Zeus.
Yeah. You got a bone to pick with him or something?
His name rings in my memories.
Hmm. You crossed paths with him then. I doubt he would show you such a creature as you mercy. Maybe Poseidon.
He did not show mercy, and now my mercy was gifted to him. I have fought with Zeus and his abomination.
Definitely. Did he do this to you?
Zeus was not but a coward, hiding behind his creature.
Creature? What
Creature.
creature? What creature?
It was a battle that I was summoned to by the Syndicate to aid in the war. And you can see as your vision starts to kind of cloud as
Oh no, it's showing me a flashback.
you can see the water fill back up into the into the room as you find
Oh boy.
yourself floating in the water before everything around you kind of dissipates, leaving you nothing but in the water. You can't feel that, like, you don't feel as if you've left the room. It's almost, you can definitely start to see that it's just an illusion. It's like a psychic visualization.
Oh,
As you
I'm high then.
as you find yourself in the depths of the water before you can see tentacles slithering out in front of you, almost as if they are emerging from your own mouths.
Oh.
You are seeing through the eyes of this creature before, as you watch a ring, massive in scale, circle in front of you, and a portal opens up. You watch as your perspective moves into the portal, and through it, you emerge into clear skies, towering over top of a vast city.
Thing got legs. Damn.
These massive stone legs bury into the ground. You can see your movement alone tears through the city as you start to see in front of you, towering in size, standing on it. You find yourself on a harbor city, and standing at the harbor, just now placing its front limbs onto the shoreline, is a massive Draco Hydra. This multi-headed red dragon, ancient, towering, undead, demon-like. As it looks with all of these heads and with void black eyes with piercing purple pupils from within its eyes, staring. You can see absolute carnage all around you. You can see off in the distance there are ships, massive galleons that are sinking, that are fighting with other galleons. Some of them you recognize as Iliad caravans, the massive ships that Viserys' fleet navigates. And then you see, but the highlight of what you can see is just this massive dragon. No wings, just four limbs that half of its body is sunk into the shore, into the harbor, into the waters of the harbor. And you can see the tentacles all kind of rear up like they are preparing to attack. And you can just see as seemingly a memory of Charybdis fighting with this massive demonic dragon as the two rush at each other and your vision returns back into the room.
Zeus controlled this thing. Would I know if Zeus even possessed such a thing?
No.
Or even...
You don't recognize this creature.
Is that even from our world? What was that? We saw it too, right? Look here.
Yes, Lokir saw it.
Oh, that was almost like having a trip with my brother. That was.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, that would do it to you. And Zeus, stick this on you.
Actually, I'd like the both of you to make perception checks real quick.
Oh, I'm so great at these.
I'm decent. Never fucking mind. That's a 2.
Okay. And so,
Better than what I got. Below average.
okay. You
Still in awe by this
you
number.
are watching this vision happen. And just barely as you kind of like as you step through the portal, you can hear a voice. A voice, Loki specifically. You hear a voice. A voice you recognize. You're not really sure how to put it, but you can kind of recognize that you recognize the voice, if that makes sense. As you kind of hear her voice barge in as your kind of auditory senses kind of push through the portal, and you just hear, just as you step through the portal, you hear her like off in the very far distance. She seems very far away, but she seems to like either be projecting with thaumaturgy or just that fucking loud as she calls out, "Scylla! I give to you Charybdis!" And then the vision ends with the two of them fighting.
And who was that voice?
It's
anyone specific or?
You can't really place exactly where you recognize that voice. You just know that it's a voice you can't really
Recognize, but
you recognize, but you don't know how exactly you recognize it. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Okay.
I didn't hear a voice.
No.
I was too enamored by the battle. Battle of the Ages.
And with that, we will move real quick just to see. Akamero and Viserys, do the two of you want to do anything with this revelation? Seemingly Lokir and Arya are now just taken by Charybdis.
Just holding the end of the rope and going like, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh man, I was gonna message Ari to go help that I keep blanking on the name. God dang it.
Lokir.
Help the in Harryar.
Yeah, help you. Yeah.
Oh, you were gonna cut me. Be like, oh, go help that construct out on the ocean. Cut me down.
At the time,
Go
it was
get him.
actually you were actually already below it at the time, I think.
Yeah, probably you probably would have rocketed past the thing, just because of how close
I
you
thought
were
I
to the.
grabbed that sucker too. Dang it. Oh well. It's probably way below me now.
Yep.
It might have been caught by Charybdis. You're not sure, but
In the room.
But yeah, the vision. But if the two of you just don't want to do anything, we'll just go back to Lokir and Arya as you two come out of your vision.
Well, I take it you lost then.
I escaped, having severely been wounded by this creature. I was defeated.
Do you know if this creature still, I guess, lives, even though it does not look living in the slightest?
When was that?
This
Oh, I remember
happened.
finding his spells.
This
Wasn't this like a couple?
This occurred 6 cycles ago.
days.
Uh-huh.
Days. That
Wow, that's
from
recent.
the time we got the message that he was felled had lined up.
I don't think so.
You remember you were told about it 4 days ago.
Yeah.
4 days ago.
Theoretically,
So,
the dates would probably line up.
yeah. Maybe the syndicate member was just late getting to us then. That makes sense, though. A battle like that, the casualty rates had to be high. Astronomical.
Yeah, you remember
Okay.
that Makaria only showed up once Morgan had actually like contacted, and she was like, "Oh fuck, here you guys are. Shit, I completely forgot about you because I was so fucking hammered
Uh,
by that shit. What the fuck?"
Since that's
Yeah.
recent. Since
Yeah.
that's recent, how, when you said I remember the voice, how long ago would I think I heard the voice last?
Pretty recent.
Okay.
In fact,
Oh,
thinking about the events and like trying to piece together, oh, this is the event that Makaria, that was Makaria's voice.
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Well, no wonder the
It seems that
Now,
Makaria somehow, some way managed to summon summon Charybdis to fight this Scylla.
Yeah.
oh, how do you pull off something like that? Magic required. Huh. Well, you lost that war, unfortunately. Hades lost his life, and Syndicate is scattered now. Man, if only you weren't hurting, could have actually used your help to take down Ilias. Ugh. I'm starting to think we're gonna die trying to do this.
You said you rolled. Uh, do you know the Raven Queen?
I don't even have.
The Raven Queen does not. The Raven Queen's name is foreign.
Would I know it? I know she had another name. Did I ever learn it?
No.
Fine, I'll ask her later, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll find
She's
it chance to
definitely asking for other
talk.
titles.
Um,
Wow.
well, that
I no
wasn't as
longer
useful
want
as I was hoping it to be. Uh, you said that Hades gave you life or whatever. But I've seen other creatures like you.
living undead. What even is Charybdis? What is this
Okay,
thing?
not exactly like you, but the same magic as you have.
I am aware of the origins you speak. As you can see, some of the zombie like thralls seem to like stand up from their like crouched position, and you can see it's the three that look like the mind flayers.
What did it say before that
He
happened?
said, I am aware of the kin you speak of."
Okay, and any information on those, like
My
anything?
my origins are not known to me. All I recall is being awakened.
Uh huh.
Hades must have
I
done
see.
that. How long will it take you to lick your wounds and recover? Or are you permanently maimed?
I will
Question.
regenerate. I will return.
How long? I need a time
That is unknown to me.
Wait, business days.
frame. I wish it was the case. You and I have a common enemy, and we could use your strength at full capacity to take them out. Our fleet, the one you attacked, is bringing the fight to them. I don't know how long it will take you to recover. Even you don't know that. What's a dent in everything? Could have used that strength of yours. Could have been knocking at their door together. Did? You're a wounded animal.
I will serve my master in death as he had in life.
Well, I doubt you'll be dead forever. If all goes according to our plan, he'll be back into the picture. Though that's assuming everything goes according to plan. But can we count on you to fulfill that wish your master's will to take out Zeus and all?
I will serve my master and my master alone. His duties and his drive were towards the syndicate and eradicating the Olympians, and I will do so in his passing.
Then our goals are aligned. I can count on Will of Hades then. Yes, now you're just the Will of Hades. Get better soon. I have no intention of ending your life. Honestly, I'm satisfied with the answers I've gotten.
One final thing. Since names seem to make your memory work, would you does the name Kamenos mean anything to you?
Kamenos.
Yeah.
Kamenos is foreign to me.
Oh. Okay. Does the name Kidemonas mean anything to you?
Kidemonas is foreign to me.
Uh-huh. And you said that Altmaier is also foreign to you.
Altmere is foreign to me.
This is annoying.
What isn't foreign to a creature of the ocean?
I guess those are all the answers I wanted. Of nothing else. Quite disappointing.
Do you have a means of which we can contact you? If you ever do get fully regenerative and back into, I guess, your top shape, would you be willing to contact us? Rely on you to enact Hades' will?
You see one of the psionic rel tentacles raises up, points to the side, and as it kind of moves its hand to the center of the hallway, stepping forward, you could see just the tiniest little creature, quadrupedal, shambling forward, this little brain with 4 legs steps forward
cute.
in front of you.
I don't think Dracula had one of those, but if he saw one of these, I bet you'd take it in. She adorable. What do you want me to do with it?
You may commune with me through this familiar.
Oh. So you want me to take it with me when I go topside then?
There's a silence that implies the yes.
Oh. Cool. I'll be happy to take care of this cute little thing. I'll go walk up to it and I don't know how to pick up a little brain dog, but I'm just gonna pick it up like I would a dog.
Okay.
Huh. This is the cutest thing I think I've ever touched. Slimy, but cute. I'll use it very well.
Okay.
It
Well,
communes with you. How do I commune with it? Do I just talk to it and you'll hear what I say to you? How does it work?
I hear everything the familiar hears and see everything the familiar sees.
Just looking at the brain. It doesn't even have eyes. I'm sure it'll work out. You satisfied now, look here?
yeah, yeah. As long as it doesn't want to retaliate in any way for Eldritch blasts. Yes.
You did shoot it.
Well, it wasn't turning back. It's not my fault. I wanted to talk with it. It started leaving.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, we're all common allies now. So we have a common goal. We both know Hades, work with Hades, they work for Hades. Our goals are aligned. And now we have this brain to commune with them. I'm gonna name you Squish. Otherwise, how do we leave this mechanical hell?
You see, as you say this, you can hear the rush of running water. You're not entirely sure where you're hearing it from. You kind of just all around you as water slowly begins to fill up in the room. This time you can certainly feel it as you kind of start to float in the water. But you could see that all the other creatures around you are very anchored, as if unaffected by the water. And all you can see is their necrotic teal eyes before you once again see your vision shrouded in black smoke, your molecules separated and scattered before recollecting within Domus's witch hut.
Sweet, we're back. Also puke up.
As you kind of
water.
as you kind of that's not the right map.
What is this?
Yeah, what is
This
that?
That's another group.
No!
Teleport us to the wrong area. Or just your location's off.
You find yourself here, and you are here. Your little dude is right here.
Why is your boop?
Also within the room, as the two of you teleport in, you seem to teleport in mid-conversation, as Macaria is also here, speaking with Morgan. As I don't remember exactly what she wanted to say to Macaria, but she definitely did. As she seemed to have called in Macaria, and Macaria is now here. As she says, what do you, wait, so there's something under the water and you just, and it's still down there? And,
It's your dog.
Yes.
ah, shit, fuck. as Macaria seems jump scared by the two of you appearing.
Yeah, we found your dog.
You found my what?
Or your dog. Or it found us
My
again.
dog.
Yeah, the big giant tentacled dog.
Crab.
Tentacled dog?
Octopus robot.
Yeah.
Did they even tell us?
You found Scylla? You found Charybdis? Fuck! Hold on! No! You just started to...
we almost killed it. I think it's
What do
still
you
alive.
mean? No shit! Fuck! Okay. It's still
technically,
there?
that
It's still there.
Nitro High Truck there.
It's
Probably doing a way to lick his wounds that I guess we
Yeah.
inflicted more on him with.
okay. Okay.
We have
It's
the
him.
other dog that it knows
Did
you're
it say if it was
here.
going anywhere? Did it?
You can talk with it. Just talk with the
Oh, I
dog.
can talk with it.
The
Yes,
other dog.
fuck.
Pull out
Huh. And
Squish.
she goes down to the dog, and she's like, "Fuck." Okay.
I'm holding Squish. I'm
Squish.
holding it in my hand. I
You're
will
holding
die.
Swish, and she's like,
I'm
"Okay,
still
what?" She looks at it for. She like stops and like looks. It's like, at the fucking sight of the brain, and she's like, "Okay, you can see that she is like very like there's a combination of like distraught and also just like she looks exhausted. She just and she looks and she's like, okay, did Charybdis tell you if it was going anywhere at all? Is it gonna stay here?
Wound.
It's going to lick its wounds.
It's
That's
domain.
fine. Is it staying
Well, I
here?
think so.
Okay,
Maybe, I don't
that is
know.
great.
I mean, if you
I'm going
if
to
you
let
wanna
it
talk
do
with
that.
it,
I'm going to let
So-
it do that. But
See that dragon too?
I just need what?
The dragon that hurt Charybdis had 5 heads.
Yes, that was the thing I was talking about. The fight that with the Dragon
You
Council
didn't
and shit
tell me
and
it was
Zeus
that astronomical.
destroying the entire Mesoean Empire. That
Oh, so the entire empire's gone. Lovely.
the entire Akkadian Council that ran that entire thing, which was composed of ancient and adult dragons, is dead.
uh-huh.
From Zeus or from
From-
the Draco Hydra?
Yes. From both, because
Well,
they're
that
both
sucks.
on the same side.
Wait, what? That shouldn't be
Scylla
correct. I've
was-
never
Scylla-
once seen Zeus
Scylla
have
is under the
that.
control of Zeus right now.
Yeah, we saw the start of that. Yeah, the
I was
dog
hoping
showed
for
us.
his control. I never once seen that in his arsenal of weapons.
You see, are you calling it a dog? Is this the dog? Is this what you saw? As
No,
she's
no.
pointing towards the fucking brain.
No,
Is this
no,
the
no,
dog?
It's not smart. It's not smart enough to be considered something more than a dog.
How dare you say that's a Squish?
Excuse
It
you.
probably has more
No,
than-
not the squish. I'm talking about Charybdis.
Excuse you.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I asked it to come back and it started running. I had to fucking shoot it again. I mean, I shot it many times, but you know,
It was trying. So it was trying to leave.
it's his fault, not mine. I wanted to talk with it. If I hadn't
You wanted
done
to
that,
talk
you
with it.
wouldn't be able to interact with it now.
Okay. Anyways,
valuable information.
No, it didn't.
what information
The
did it give you?
question-
What could it?
Valuable.
I know it. What
Good
it could have
question.
given you. Yes.
Sorry.
What the fuck does that
Everyone.
mean?
The you mentioned a Hydra under the control of Zeus.
Yes.
Is
A
under the
Draco
control
Hydra
of Zeus?
specifically.
Sorry, Draco Hydra.
An
Okay.
ancient red Draco
Um,
Hydra. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
Are we just gonna ignore the I know what it could have given you?
Well, I know a
What-
little
what-
bit of what it knows. I know a bit of what it is, and I have a theory as to what exactly it is.
The thing doesn't know what it is. I know more about what it is than the thing does.
Do you?
It said a lot of things. were
Yeah.
foreign.
I've interacted with those things before. They almost killed me.
Are there more of that Charybdis thing?
I don't know if there's more of that exactly. There's more of the species. There's smaller, humanoid, more annoying. Currently destroying Silva, I believe. Or at least they
Oh,
were
yes. No,
last
okay,
I
that
saw.
that I know of. Yes, that's the stuff
Yeah.
Alaphus is dealing with right now.
I'm sorry. Just to interject, having a bit of knowledge about dragons myself, they don't usually go willingly. Do you know if this Draco
It's
Hydra,
undead.
it's undead? So,
Yeah,
but
not sentient.
it's under control of Zeus.
Yes.
Could it be
Yes.
persuaded to
No.
Scylla?
not be under that control?
Well, the
I'm
problem is
valid.
it had a sentience, and then Zeus killed it, and then brought it back to life because Zeus is a
had the
demon.
same theory.
Because Zeus is a demon.
Oh.
Zeus is a demon, and it brought it back like a demon.
What
The
the
same-
fuck
the
is a
same thing-
demon? Alright, I keep
the
hearing
same
this.
thing
It's
you
like,
did
it's
to
like the, it's like
Charybdis,
the
no?
word of the day. What the fuck is a demon? I have no
It's-
idea.
You
I guess it's what we
Ah.
in Akamero are, but also above table. Did he kill Tiamat and resurrect the sucker as an undead?
He killed
This is above
Scylla.
table.
He did not kill the Tiamat.
Okay.
Scylla is the Draco Hydra.
Okay. Not a mama. Ooh. That's good. That puts me a little at ease.
And to answer Viserys your question, she just looks and it's like, so demons from Abyssalis, the forbidden east.
Yeah, we've discussed it a lot of times now.
Yeah, we shared here and there.
Yes,
I never-
I mean, we were planning on going into Abyssalis.
yes.
Only to
The
get someone who didn't
Abyssalis
want
is
to
the
leave.
Abyssalis is the territory from which all of the demons of Eris hail from.
Yeah.
That is where the Olympians hail from.
Yeah.
That is where these two,
Yep.
probably not specifically there, but that is probably where their
It's our home.
I'm blanking on the word. That is where their family is from. She points to Arya and
The
Nakamura.
entire count, just so we're all on the same page, the entire council is from Abyssalis.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're usurpers. They killed your original council.
Fantastic. Final horses cross the line. I'm with all of you.
Yeah. Too bad Charybdis isn't.
Was that up for
Ugh.
debate a bit ago? she's like, was that up for debate? Was that?
Nah.
Yeah, no, from like above table, from Viserys' point of view, he has no idea what a god,
okay.
deity,
I gotcha.
demon, or any of that shit is. He's a fucking.
I also
he's
clarify
all
that
in
Hades.
sailor.
I also want to clarify that Hades is not an actual god of death. Charybdis just views
Yeah, he's
Hades as a god of death because he brought him back to life, and also Hades has had a very deathly aesthetic as of lately.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and now he completed it by dying.
The ultimate goth move.
Well,
Yeah. You know, you have to give it to him, though. He's very committed to the role of death.
Anyway, she
well, the
She
problem
says,
is
so-
that even though he's dead, we don't even know if he's going to get vivified or resurrected.
and hopefully one of my theories is correct, and that will surely mend itself. But I'm not sure. It's a
Better.
theory.
Yeah, it better. Those remnants better have his body. Though I'm pretty sure Zeus probably would have taken it if not.
I'd have to retrieve the body because the body was lost in the chaos. The whole Salos and the entire Mesoean Empire, Uruk, and the body was taken to the capital of Uruk and then was lost in the destruction because Zeus had destroyed Salos and then immediately gone for the capital.
Well, that sucks.
So I
Zeus
need
is
to
probably
find.
under
We need to find the
control.
body because I don't think Zeus has the body, and because I have not seen any sign of Pluto being brought back. But
well.
hopefully if one of my theories is I have interacted with Charybdis before. He showed you I summoned him. Yes. Is that what I heard correctly? You saw him fighting Scylla?
Yeah.
Yep. We went down memory lane. It was quite a trippy trip.
I
A lot
used
like
the.
what me and Aaron did when we met.
I was able to tell, but I have interacted with that creature before, and in my time working with him, I have occasionally grown interested in exactly what Charybdis is. One of my methods of finding out this was using detect magic, and his entire body was radiating necrotic magic. His entire body.
Yeah.
And in fact, one of the central areas within Charybdis' body is an entire room encased in this necrotic flame. Just this entire magical aura of necromancy. So my theory, and this is a long shot because this is barring on the very like this is an insane theory.
Do you think if we took Hades'
Charybdis
body-
is a phylactery.
Oh.
Charybdis is a sentient phylactery for Pluto.
Oh, it's gonna have a backup plan.
And Pluto is essentially using the body of Charybdis as a phylactery, which is also giving Charybdis life.
Wait, that doesn't.
It's a long shot. It's a long shot because it bars on the actual description of a capsule, which is what a lich would need to use
capsules.
in order to make a phylactery.
We saw capsules.
You saw
There was, like,
capsules?
4 of them.
No, I'm saying his entire body is a capsule.
Yeah, we did see smaller capsules though in his body. When
Yes,
we
you
were
were-
in there. We didn't see a necrotic flame.
Yes, his
though.
entire body. I haven't actually seen any like organs or anything as well. That's another thing. I don't know if he's an actual like creature or if he's some sort of construct because his entire body is.
both.
Because I have been within Charybdis. I have been within Charybdis, as I assume you have as well. But I just but I can't imagine that he is a sentient creature. Because,
Macario.
what?
I'm sorry, I was making a whore joke. Some of us haven't been with everybody.
This is not the time for jokes. She's just like, not the fucking time. If I am correct, we should be seeing Pluto in the next several days. Who knows? I don't know actually how long it will take. But if that is his phylactery, we should be fine.
Huh, and I
Are
almost
you
killed the
saying
thing.
he's a lich?
Yes,
He is.
that's actually quite concerning.
You're correct.
I didn't kill it though, it's only almost killed it. Several
I doubt
times.
you even were close.
Fantastic.
To killing it. That
It's
thing
still
was-
alive, and it's still alive, and hopefully it will be able to regenerate itself from whatever damage was afflicted from Scylla and from you, and so hopefully it should be fine, and nothing bad will happen because of the damages it took. And hopefully
As
we
long
should be
as
seeing
it's
Pluto. Hopefully we should be seeing Pluto eventually. So that is that out of the way. I was really, if anything, I was looking for Charybdis because Charybdis had fled the battlefield on its own, and I was not able to find it after that. So now
Wow.
thankfully
It made
you
the
found it.
recall.
Good job.
Technically it found us.
Yes, it did.
Great.
Also, one problem.
Either way,
Charybdis is wounded, and
yes, I know
as
that.
a wounded apex predator, the lesser predators or even a kraken might catch on. This thing's not at the top
There's
of the
not a
food chain,
krak-
it's dying.
It's very fucking fast.
Charybdis should be fine. It shouldn't. Charybdis is able to regenerate quite fast. It shouldn't take more than a couple days to a half week for it to restore itself. But
It's a time frame unknown when we asked it that.
I'm not sure. It shouldn't. I've seen it regenerate fast. It should be quite fast.
Let's hope so. We need it. Honestly, we need it more than the dang constructs we have here. That's a trump card, and you've been holding out on us with that.
About what?
The fact that you knew what this creature was and that we could use it, though it is hurt. But
What?
this is
Telling
not
you
great.
about it, what would that do? I mean, I was already telling you that I was going to try to... Morgan had already informed me about you planning on taking over Ithaca. Ballsy move, because it's still Hera, but there's still Hera there. But Morgan had already
Oh,
informed me about you wanting to take over this, over Ithaca, and I had told Morgan that I was going to be able to potentially assist in that effort by rallying the syndicate. Charybdis, I wasn't going to tell you about Charybdis to keep your hopes, because I didn't know where Charybdis was. If I had told you about this massive fuck-all weapon that I had lost, it wouldn't be important. And now you found it. Good job.
Still would have helped. Well, yeah. Just knowing about it would have helped. It would have turned up eventually. Didn't expect it to be
I
like
imagine
this,
so, but I wasn't sure if it was going to show up in time for you to make it for you to find it in Ithaca.
My issue now is how, if it does take a while it regenerates, you say, 3 to half a week. 3 days to half a week.
A few days to a
And
half
our
week. I'm not
travel time-
entirely sure.
Our current travel time will be there. Though we're not going to land directly on shores of Ithaca, we're going to meet up elsewhere. In Hestia's
Where elsewhere?
domain. Hestia's domain. We're making a pit stop there.
You're going to Rosmoen?
Oh, yes. It's her domain. She probably doesn't want to get too involved. But if we have her on our side, demons fight demons all the time.
Yes, that should also be a good pointer. Before you go to Rosmoen, I should clarify that city has had quite a bit of that village has had quite a bit of a change of character, as I don't know if you were informed about the updates of Rosmoen.
What happened?
So Rosmoen has become a neutral territory for demons that don't want to fight.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And the whole
We only
village
were
is
going
run.
to this-
The whole village is populated by demons,
Pure-blooded and half-blooded?
pure-blooded.
Great.
Mostly tieflings that have had the consciousness to be able to
Half-bloods.
divert from the control of Eris and have been able to and have decided not to contribute to either side.
I see.
While this conversation is going, I head out to the back of the almost. I call out to the rest of the ships. I'm like, "Anchors up, we're going!"
Okay.
Yeah,
You start to hear all of these ships begin to move, and Cirilla standing outside, also like on cue, kind of starts. You could see them start commanding the Inheriar to start moving about as well.
Oh yeah, Viserys. Tell her we lost one. It's currently at the bottom of the ocean walking. I didn't see that Charybdis take it, so.
How far down is that Inheriar?
Oh, it's out of sight.
Maybe.
It's not relevant, but she needs to at least account for one missing piece of product and equipment.
Drilla, is that okay? Do we need to drop anchor? Do we need to do something?
It's a single Inheriar. It's fine. As you just fucking, as similarly to the two of you before, a misty fucking visage appears in the mid-air, and an Inheriar just drops onto the floor of Domus's house, just drenched in water and soaked, and there's like bits of fucking kelp and seaweed all over it.
Oh, so it was walking.
How kind of Charybdis?
Let's hope Domus does not have back pain from that.
Akane was visibly distracted during most of this conversation because he heard the thing about the phylactery and just thought to himself idly, maybe I should be a lich.
I know. Well, you're already what are you talking about? You're immortal, thanks to me. You'll never die of old age.
Yeah, but like I can still get stabbed, and so can you.
Yes, we do need to invest in a phylactery now that I think about it. Do you think if we bathed in his fire that we would turn into him?
In his what? In his fire?
You said his phylactery. You said that Hades, that in Charybdis, that there is necrotic fire somewhere in there.
Oh,
And
fire. Yes.
Hades was to
There
go
is
in there.
there is an
Necrotic
aura
fire.
of necromancy that is probably the souls in which that phylactery is containing. So no, In fact, I'm pretty sure you would just become one of the souls in the
Oh,
phylactery.
just become fuel for him.
Yes.
I cast a message to Arya and I say, it probably is easier to hijack a phylactery than make your own.
I mean, but how do you, like, in your head, how do we overwrite it, though? How do we overwrite a phylactery's ownership?
I'll figure it out.
I don't like how you're just staring at each other. That's concerning. she's clearly she kind of clearly recognizes that you're both fucking telepathically communicating to each other.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just like, this is not. I'm not
It's
liking
not
this.
I'll
Hey,
follow this up, actually. I'll follow this up.
I seek knowledge. We just seek knowledge, you know? I just like to seek
Yes,
knowledge
you
with
see,
spells
there's
and blades.
knowledge, and then there's just stealing a phylactery. The phylactery is not going to give you any knowledge. It's going to give you.
Phylactery. No one said they're stealing a phylactery. Where'd you get that assumption? It's quite a sham.
I'm going to message Arya once more and ask if we should ask about the if Makaria knows anything about demon hive mind thing.
Oh, that reminds me. Makaria, you seem slightly well versed in demonic lore, perhaps even biology.
Mhm.
Do you know about a hive mind by perchance as I point to my head?
Mind, yes.
I'm sorry, what?
A hive mind. Do you know of any such thing with the demons?
No, I was. There's not a hive mind for demons.
Oh,
There very much is.
There is.
There.
We
What?
know that for a fact. Yeah, we know that for a fact. If not all
confirmed that
demons,
yesterday.
then at least the
It goes
council.
both ways, too.
So-
all demons have
No,
some
no, no, no,
ability
no.
to it.
We don't know if it's all demons. It's at least those connected to the council in some way.
That's true. We've yet to test any third parties.
So let me get this straight. How do you know about this?
Because we turned it off.
Thanks to me.
Because you
We turned
turned it
it off
off.
and we
But how
can
did you
tap
know
it
that it
again.
was on in the first place?
My
We
vampiric heritage. I accidentally turned Akamero into what I am, a thrall of some sorts. We decided to dive. We saw a bit of history way back when. So we decided to look at current events. And Akamero saw.
I look through Apollo's eyes.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's the possibility that the entire time that we have been working with the two of you, they've been
there is
looking
no
through
possibility. It's a guarantee. Yeah.
It's a
It's
possibility.
we know
I
we know
wouldn't
to look
like
for
it
it
to
now.
be.
We know to look
If
for it
it's-
now, but yes, everything else
Now?
previously is
Now. Pluto is
might
dead.
They
All
might
of
not.
our assets are
You didn't
fucked.
tell us anything.
All of our assets are fucked. Now is when you find out about this?
I mean, shouldn't
We didn't
Pluto know
You
about
didn't
this?
know either, so
Pluto,
Pluto
the
is
fucking
not a
demon,
demon.
no?
Pluto is not a demon.
Aha.
Part of the council
I
once
thought he
upon a
was.
time.
No, he's not part of the council.
He wasn't at all, ever.
Oh,
No.
it sucks when things don't go your way,
No.
doesn't it?
Hmm.
What?
What?
Yes, it does. Why are you saying it like
Isn't-
that?
Yeah, it does.
like,
It's kind of like that
shouldn't-
time. It's kind of like
like
that time when you were part of a thing, and then you left a guy laying in a harbor, face down in the water, to be dead.
Oh my god, fucking.
We
Yeah.
don't have time for this.
Near-death
But yes,
experiences
we found
don't
out
just
about
go
the hive.
away, Makaria. Alright? It's not like you just stole my wallet. Okay?
I mean, your syndicate has killed many people that were just collateral. You know, it's.
Hey, we didn't kill
I mean, can you
Viserys.
really complain? So you only killed his soldiers, you know, that decided to not follow.
That
your
wasn't
orders.
us.
That no. That
Then-
was you. That was.
That was not us.
Who killed him?
Karen was you, no? The guy on the.
I was
fucking-
only working with Azkal and Alaphus during that.
Who
Yeah,
was
but
that
the council,
dragon
the
rider?
council of the syndicate is a singular entity that you're a part of.
Yes. But the syndicate What? The Syndicate sent the 3 of us to do that.
Then
Only
who's
the 3 of
Dragon
us.
Rider?
We had nothing to do with Zephyrus' death. We found out about it.
No,
After
no, no,
the
no, that's
fact.
not what I mean. That's not what I mean. I
What?
mean when we first made contact with you on,
Yes.
what was the
Polyphemus.
island called? Polyphemus, yes. Half of the crew decided that they didn't want to, defect from the council and join whatever your group was, and they were fucking incinerated for it.
Because they
By a
chose a side. They
necrotic
chose the
dragon.
side of demons.
No, 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 no,
No.
no. They chose to not
No.
get
We're not.
involved with
We are not
your
having this
side.
conversation. We are not having this conversation. What we are having. None of that fucking mattered anymore, I guess, because it didn't matter anymore, because they were just seeing through your eyes as
Yep.
that happened.
So you killed
We
them for
don't
nothing.
know if they've been looking through our eyes. It's not something we feel. We're new to this feeling. If they are looking through our eyes right now, you better find a paladin or non-detection.
No, no, no. Now you know. You can feel it when it turns on and off.
I don't know. It didn't feel that simple. It's not like it was a switch.
No, no, but when it was turned on last time, you felt it.
Yeah. To clarify, actually, because I've been meaning to ask this, can we say for certain that we'll recognize this next time, or does that need to be something that we're constantly on lookout for?
You kind of get the sense that you don't recognize when it's on, you recognize when it's off. So, for all you know, you can't, you can't, it doesn't seem like you have to actively be, it seems like you have to actively be, like, making sure that you aren't a part of this hive mind, but you can't really tell if you are linked to this hive mind or if you've been severed.
Should we try to connect right now just to see?
Yes, there is a target we should absolutely check in on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. As they're trying to do this, Viserys is going to focus in on Lucaria. What she said about none of that matters now. And
Yeah,
he's
you're
going to
right.
walk to her directly
Oh boy.
and say, none of that matters. 10 innocents that were under my protection decided to separate themselves from
It
all
was
of
more,
the
I think.
bullshit, and they were murdered for it. You're going to tell me that those 10 souls, those 10 soldiers, who only wanted to protect their countrymen, their families, and the families of the men that they served with, they don't matter.
They should.
I pull out.
In the grand scheme of what we are working for, no.
I disagree on that point of view with you.
And none of us matter. And I pull out the scimitar and I stab through Macaria.
Go ahead and make an attack roll on that.
Yeah, what Macaria said was harsh. If they didn't matter, we sure don't. What we're doing matters. What we're doing is...
Oh, now you're rolling super fine. hold on.
That should be good. Unless Macaria's wearing something better than a 20.
She is not.
Oof.
So, you deal 6 slashing damage towards her. Okay.
Oh boy. Are we doing this? We don't want to lose the person who summons Charybdis.
Just a reminder, above table, one of the players is with the syndicate. So we can't exactly kill the syndicate.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Not killing the syndicate. We are killing a.
Oh, what?
Well,
I didn't get jealous.
He cut off slightly, but it's fine. It makes it makes me think.
You watch as she, like, you stab into her, and you kind of feel that she is wearing some sort of like chain shirt on, but you can still feel yourself cut into the side of her. As she tries to move out of the way, she's able to maneuver herself so that it's like a slice on the side, but not too much damage, before she kind of pushes away from you, and you action surge. Okay. Fucking
I
hell.
want to get between them real
Yeah,
quick.
I don't know if we want to.
And I'm swinging wildly with the.
Can we just get into initiative?
Yeah.
Oh dear lord. Okay.
No, just
with
drop
the
us into
hand-
initiative. There are
She
a lot
is
of
going-
people that
oh
want
my
to do a lot of things. just take that as a surprise round and just drop us into initiative.
16 is going to hit. Let me just.
I'm definitely getting involved in this. I don't want us to lose our only person
No,
who
no,
can control.
everyone wants to act. That's why I'm saying we should drop into initiative.
Hold on,
Where's
let
my
me
token? I
roll
need to
initiative
select that.
for.
Token selected. Initiative.
This was not the route I thought this was gonna go. Oh boy.
Well,
You didn't expect a random NPC stabbing?
You know, no, I didn't think that was going to happen. But honestly, I can.
say some stuff. I'm honestly not in disagreement with it. The problem is we still need Makaria.
I'll explain Viserys' position after this.
No, don't worry.
Oh,
You can
boy.
explain it
Okay.
to Arya because I'm going to do stuff.
Hey, love to see it.
Okay.
At least I-
Cirilla is not participating in this, neither are the Iliad commanders.
Yeah, why? There's no need. For
Yeah,
that.
they're on another ship. And
Viserys, do you want to re-roll your initiative?
sure.
Morgan sneak attacks Viserys.
You know,
Probably.
Morgan and Makaria are really tight right now. That is
Yeah.
probably going to happen. And because Morgan is not here, that probably is a yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll Morgan's initiative. I think I still have the ability to do that.
For like above table things, I think we should like not get into PvP, right? It won't end well, but you know, that's
Okay.
me.
19.
19. How'd you get a 19? I thought you rolled something earlier.
No, that's
It was for Morgan. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Morgan
So Morgan still goes first. As you deal you've dealt 10 slashing damage total to this person.
Yep. 4, 6.
Okay. Let me just. I didn't copy down Makaria's stat sheet yet onto Roll20, so I have to.
Why? Did you
quickly.
not expect a random PvP session?
Huh? You know? No, I didn't. Okay, hold on. No, that's not correct.
I mean, if you remember the stats, just I don't know.
No, I have a
Modifier.
I know what stat sheet. I know what stat block she's using, which is it's just a stat sheet off of Roll20, but I just never copied it down onto Roll20. I'm using it. I'm basing my information on her stat sheet from 5e tools right now. Okay,
Gotcha.
Morgan. Oh God. I don't want to cause discord. I don't want to make a move for her because she's not here.
I know.
Sneak attack Viserys, crit, and one shot him.
I mean, I definitely
She's definitely gonna get.
Psychic Blade.
She's definitely going to get. I think advantage on this roll just because of the fact that she's fucking. That I don't think Viserys would expect Morgan to retaliate. unless I'm wrong.
I
Yeah,
doubt it.
that's the thing. Would Morgan retaliate?
Yeah,
Given her
probably
time with us?
because
Yeah,
it's
please.
because she has been living with the syndicate for the last several years and has been and
But
Makaria has been her
living
one
with
and only.
Makaria.
Makaria has been tight with Morgan and has been like
The syndicate.
really close with Makaria for like the
I mean,
last
they've
several
been
ten like the
talking,
last
like-
10 sessions. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
entire time she has been in this game, Daisy has been communing and working with
Ever since-
Makaria. She is as close to Makaria as she was with Hades.
Yeah.
Drunk
Yeah, no,
texting her
like
for-
every session, she talks
Definitely
to
attack.
Makaria like at least once every session.
With that in mind, she would attack, but still probably be conflicting.
Okay. So she is going to
Doubt she would psychic
Let me-
blade Viserys though. She definitely would probably go for a stab.
She is definitely going to. So she has these items called psionic conduits, which basically allow her to use normal weapons, but add her psychic energy dice to bolster the attacks and damage of these attacks. What she's gonna do is she's gonna throw Viserys, you get a single dagger in your direction. She's going to bolster the attack with her dice if she needs to, but she's not going to bolster the damage.
And I'm going to use.
That is a
I'm
25
going
to hit.
As a reaction, I'm going to use shield.
You're going to
As
cast
I-
the
I
shield
like
spell.
that.
I'm going to tuck my head into my shoulder, and cast shield.
I'd wait to do just
Does
so
your shield block?
with the shield spell. Does a 25 still hit?
It does.
So I'd refrain from casting shield because you can only do that because you'd only
Okay.
be able to do that if you were able to successfully negate
Nice,
the
yeah.
attack with that. It would just be a waste of a first level spell. So you are going to
no, I
take
understand.
7 piercing damage, which is the least amount of damage she could possibly roll on that dagger,
And I'm sorry.
which I think makes
messed
the
with my
most
sheet.
sense.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Above table, I messed with my sheet. Do you remember by chance what my hit points were before this battle?
Let me
Before this
verify because you were using max health. You have
Yep.
you are a level 6. You are
Mhm.
level 6 with a
Yeah, it would be
hit dice of
59
10.
at level.
With you have 5 hit dice that are d10s and a hit dice that is a d8. So that would be 58 total health. Then your modifiers, which would add another 12, so
My
you would have
modifier is
70. You
59.
would have 70 total HP.
Yeah.
Short
So
term.
am I fully? I'm not fully healed from this previous encounter.
No.
Yeah.
So you would have a maximum HP of 70, but you would
Uh-huh.
still have the damage you took from that last encounter.
I think it was. I can't remember off the top of my head. If it
It's
was
fine.
14.
It's not going. You had 14 HP left.
It won't kill you.
I had 14. Okay.
Did you?
I think
That
he
seems
had
very low
14
for.
because he was hit by-
He got bashed up by a tentacle.
Okay.
Yeah, he did get
Yeah.
So then-
I
so
was-
yeah, we'll
I
start with
was low,
17.
and then I
We'll start with
healed
14.
myself.
She deals 7
fine.
damage to you as you go in with this flurry of attacks towards Makaria. You just see a knife just fling past you and like slice across your forearm of your axe hand as it flies past you and stabs into the wall beside you. That is going to be the end of her turn because that's really all she wants to do. Arya.
I am gonna move behind Makaria.
And
Yeah.
also, this fucking
I'm
mind
gonna
flayer is
ask
getting
her.
out of here. He's gone.
I'm gonna ask Makaria real quick, because I don't disagree with Viserys attacking you, but tactfully we still need you. So I'm gonna ask her, grappled or pushed away?
I am leaving.
Well, we need to sort this out. He has murderous intent, so I'm gonna push her behind me.
Okay.
She allow me
Go
to
ahead
do that,
and
I have to roll strength.
You are going to have to roll a let's go athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Alright.
Makaria
Get
has
behind
a
me. Well, that was a bad roll.
athletics
I
of
hope you
18.
still get behind me.
She doesn't have any specific athletics skills, so this is just going to be a strength from her, and she beats you.
Dang.
So
Dang.
you try to go for her, and it is
I
a
want
very
her
like
behind me.
you realize like she doesn't have, she seems to have the frame that doesn't match the
Her
strength that she seems
Huh.
to be exuding as you try to like push her behind you, and you are struggling. You are not able to push her.
And just, I'm gonna axe and search to do it again.
Do it again.
Well, it's an
All
attack,
right.
isn't it?
Okay.
Probably.
Better athletics.
It's a
For
shove
now,
attack,
I'm
you
just
should
going to
do.
because I. Okay.
Get
So
behind
this
me, I
time you were
said.
like,
Get
you're
behind
like, oh shit. And now you actually put
Uh-huh.
effort into pushing, because the first time you tried, you were just like, all right, let's do it. But then you were like, all right, let's.
Yeah.
Shit, fuck. Now you actually put effort
Yeah.
into it to push her.
I said, get behind me. And I'm just gonna, move her behind. Move up towards Viserys. I'm like, we need her whether you hate it or not. What she said was wrong. I don't disagree with you. Stand down before I take you down. As the hammer's out. And the sword.
Okay, but so I'm gonna play DM for a second. I would like you to do a persuasion, and
You
I'm
want me
going
to
to
Can I
persuade?
persuade him?
And
I've had a table
constitution
rule.
roll.
I've been using a table rule, which is basically persuasion check. You can't do persuasion checks or intimidation checks or deception checks, yes. But persuasion and intimidation checks are specifically not for players. You have to kind of just convince them by normal means without actually being able to roll.
Yeah.
So this is more of an in-character decision of does Arya successfully persuade Viserys right now?
You're weak right now. I can take you down easily. You have every right to be angry with her. I don't disagree. We shouldn't resort to this, though. She's still of use to us. She knows how Charybdis operates, and we can
The
use that
Syndicate
against her.
doesn't care about anyone.
They
Okay?
care about the
They
objective.
tried to murder me. They murdered 10 of our men. Where does it stop? Where does it end? When does it stop from we're taking down the council to we're going to rule all of Cerdonia? She is
I
a
don't-
representative of everything they stand for, and none of it represents Cerdonian life.
We don't know that she wants, or if Haiti wanted, full-on dominion over this world. I doubt that. The council's a problem, and if it wasn't her ending the lives of your men, no offense, it would have been my people, or even me. I'm a sellsword. My alliance to you is solely based off my words and my actions. And I am telling you right now, I want the council dead, and so do they. So our objectives align. I don't see a reason why we should go against it, but I don't see a reason why they should be ruling where we're going. I don't see them as future rulers for your country. We just need to use them like they're using us. Our relationships are beneficial. There's nothing more to it. You have every validation to be mad about the lives of the men you lost. I agree with you.
I'm going to say because
just not the
we are still
time.
in combat. I'm going to say because we are still in combat and you all
That is
are
in my-
restricted by time. This conversation is going to be interrupted.
Yeah.
Is this the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucaria is going to be listening in on this conversation. And as she listens in on this conversation, you are interrupted as she comes running through this gap here. She grabs onto Morgan and they both teleport out.
Cowards.
And that is where we're gonna end the
That's the
session
right
for
move.
tonight.
Honestly, the right play. It's the right play. Let them.
I know everybody.
What a
that was
fucking what a fucking session that was. Jesus
Definitely.
Christ.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't want
disagree
Makaria
with
to
you.
be such a dick, but I kind of set that up myself.
Yeah,
Good
that was
lord.
that was completely your fault.
Okay.
You know, it may be our fault that we're destroying the world, but you could have a little more of a soul. I know you're serving a soulless entity.
I just
but-
want to clarify that your cooperation with the syndicate at the moment has not really provided anything beneficial for the syndicate. And now she has just found out that you have been inadvertently spying on the syndicate for the demons, regardless of if you wanted to or if you were doing it with intention or not. You were doing it. And now now you have just attacked her because there is
I protect her.
there is a distortion between like the morals of like killing 10 people versus saving reality
Bro.
is essentially
Yeah.
what is happening.
Yeah.
Well, I just want
I
to say
don't disagree with
we can
either
talk
side.
about they didn't benefit anything. We certainly have not benefited, and in fact, as Viserys has so keenly pointed out, they've killed 10 of us. So if we're talking benefit
and they
from us,
left more.
they're certainly
I think
better.
we've done so
Not
much
to
fucking damage
justify
to the
this
syndicate.
Yeah.
You've
We-
done
we
damage
almost-
on. You've kind of
We
done.
almost killed the fucking like Charybdis as well. Like
You almost killed
we did
Charybdis.
A lot of yeah.
You almost killed Charybdis. You have
You
been spying. You have been spying on, and now out above board, Makaria is now blaming you for Pluto.
It's
because
probably
it-
our fault he's dead. Yeah.
I was
Because
gonna,
I don't
I
know
was
if
gonna
any
have
of
to
you
make up
watched.
for it.
I don't know if any
Now-
of you watched the highlight that I sent, but Zeus basically like Zeus and Pluto during the celebration. There was this whole celebration that was going on with groups 3 and 6, and Zeus came into the celebration disguised as Jupiter. Pluto pulls Jupiter aside and is like, "Hey, I know this bullshit is I don't know why you're here because I know you're fucking Zeus." And they start going at it, and Zeus basically just lets out that he fucking knew this whole goddamn time because he was watching from your eyes. He knew everything that was going on since day one of you two being not only you two, but also just Pluto interjecting in the Asphodel Syndicate. He's known for a while, and then he even points out that he's been watching through Arya and Akamero this whole time and knew about shit like Polyphemus, and knew from day one that you were fucking lying about the locations of the map, and in fact used your location of them, and in fact used Akamero, who had visibly seen the map of all of the locations, to then start going after more of the Trojan sites.
Oh boy.
So to put it into perspective, I make sure I don't.
The situation is so beyond fucked. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It's well past midnight.
I am aware. Regardless, I don't disagree with either views, honestly. Saving 10
Oh
lives,
no, I don't.
losing 10
I don't
lives over the
disagree
world,
that the
it
10
is
lives were
not a-
were still upsetting, and like it was more of a play of like superstition, more of that they killed the soldiers because not because they joined the side of, not because they decided to side with Ilios, but just because they decided they didn't want to participate with the syndicate, and the syndicate was worried that they were just going to tell all about the syndicate, so they
Yeah,
had
but, like,
so Pluto had
to be
Thanatos
fair,
killed.
That is Viserys's problem with the syndicate, and again, above table, nobody else knows his intention. That's Viserys has not enjoyed being under the employ of the syndicate.
No, not at all.
And
It's awful.
in his heart of
I mean,
hearts,
no one has,
he
though.
does not side with the syndicate because of their
incentive.
means to get to their goals.
Their goals are sketchy, but they're also relevant, though. At least
No,
in my eyes.
understandable. But from Viserys's point of view, every life is precious.
Important.
And yes,
They
and
absolutely could have
you
taken
cast
prisoners.
aside
This is
these soldiers who wanted no part in it at all, and decided to
I
kill
mean,
them because they
the
didn't want to take
soldiers
the
did say that they were gonna tell the council about what
No.
happened. So you know,
No,
they
did
didn't.
not.
They said they were just going to leave. They didn't say they were
sailing off
gonna-
into the sunset.
This was off
Yeah,
of.
they
This was
they
off
were
of
up
just
into the
like.
sunset. We had no idea what their intentions were. But they stated that they were not going to take a side. They wanted to live their lives and set out on their own. And from Viserys' point of view, that's admirable and it's understandable, and should have been left to play out.
The risk of leaking, though, was there.
yeah, I don't know.
Was-
For me, you don't take that risk. You just cannot take that risk.
Understood.
Even then, the best option there would be to take them prisoner if we can't let them leave.
Exactly.
And they have means there's a dragon.
And
Jason,
had that incident played out at that time, Viserys would have adamantly rejected that idea and fought to let those soldiers go.
If there was a way
That's
for them to work together, there would have been. Unfortunately, they killed them with necrotic breath. Unfortunately.
How did I not
Jason,
know that?
have you-
How did I not notice that this event's called the Phylactery?
I sent a
immediately
screenshot of me showing the fucking event to other people in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Would have absolutely like first 5 seconds of the session would have been locked in.
What was your question, DM?
Do you listen to like Broadway music by any chance? Or have you have you read the Odyssey?
I would really like to. I actually it's
Okay.
on my list.
This is not just because I like really enjoy this musical, but I'd really want you to like listen to the concept album for Epic the Musical, because because Viserys right now is like perfectly copying and pasting, like inadvertently. I know you're not like intentionally copying and pasting, but just seeing seeing how Viserys' character is playing out right now, it is really like mirroring Odysseus in Epic the Musical. Him just like where does he draw the line? Just his morals and like drawing the line about being from a man to a monster is just like that is like almost mirroring exactly that. And it's really interesting to see, especially from my perspective of just watching it happen. And I didn't even think that was the route that was gonna go. I made that Odysseus joke like way in, like as a joke, because one of the things that happens is Eurylochus mutinies against Viserys just because not Viserys, against Odysseus, because Eurylochus is just done with Odysseus' shit. But like. Yeah. But now just watching this play out is so very interesting to see. But yeah,
it is on my to-do list. I will try to read the Odyssey and listen to the Epic the Musical before next session.
Don't fucking worry about reading the Odyssey. Like watch a recap before you, but because like that shit is like hundreds of hours long. Well, not hundreds. It's like
epic.
Like the Spotify audiobook. The Spotify audiobook is like 13 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Okay.
If you want
Yeah,
to, go ahead, but that's not required reading.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
especially not in the
Something that
fucking,
you read throughout the
especially
years,
not
you
in
know?
2 weeks of you before our next session. Jesus. Oh my god. But yeah, okay. So that is very interesting to see. But yeah, I'm also gonna have to like tell Morgan like, hey, I'm sorry you missed last session, but please, for the love of God, watch the stream. Just because like I can't even
You
fathom
stabbed
how I would.
somebody. You
I
stabbed
can't
a
e-
close friend today.
I can't even fathom how I would be able to explain that to Morgan, being like, hey, so Macaria showed up. You guys talked about Charybdis, and then Viserys got into an argument with Macaria about the lives that were lost, like back in Polyphemus. And it started into a fight, and it ended with you being teleported away with Macaria.
I think this is
She
my
owed me. I
this is my
saved
new
her
policy
life.
as a D. This is my new policy as a DM. If you miss a session, you stab a teammate.
Oh, dear Lord.
I did not. I sure hope.
No, now it's just
But
foreshadowing.
I saved
Scraw,
Macaria
no.
inadvertently.
Scraw's gonna betray us.
You should be grateful that I saved her life and didn't pound her head in.
What, Macaria?
I've
I've
never
just done that for the pure enjoyment, but I just chose like, you know what? I don't like this fight. Get out of here. That was just the objective was, just run.
I've never been so upset to not be first in initiative.
Yeah.
I was going to try to. Rhymes binding ice. I could have restrained everyone in a 30-foot cone.
Jesus.
It would have
But,
been beautiful.
Definitely. I'm glad I rolled high because my entire plan was either grapple or push Macaria out of the way and just get between her and Viserys. That was the entire game plan. And
I do
she
also want to
ended up
verify. I think Loke here would know this probably. Macaria is a daughter of Heracles. So
No,
Oh.
wrong.
so yeah,
Oh,
I don't. And she was
Doesn't that mean
able
she's
to.
also
And
part of the hive mind?
no, well, Heracles is not part of the hive mind.
Hercules is
Who's
not
Heracles? Who's Heracles' dad?
Zeus.
Zeus, right?
It can't be
Well,
Zeus,
not
then.
in this not in this setting.
Yeah, I
no.
was saying in this
Right,
setting
yeah.
it can't be Zeus because that would make him
It's
deity.
like Odysseus. It's like Odysseus is also in this, and is not the grandchild of Hermes.
I see.
Wait, which one's Odysseus now?
Odysseus is one of the captains. Is one of the Iliad captains that was sent after the Trojans.
Oh, he was with-
He's kind of under the command of he's kind of under the command of Poseidon, but not actually, because they kind of
Okay.
because Odysseus kind of just does his own thing, but he is like
Okay,
he's
so
kind of like
it's
you,
a
where he's like a
leopard.
captain
Yeah.
of he's like a captain of his own fleet, and he's one of the many that were he's actually teaming up with Heracles to take on Milaverta, which is the fucking merchants guild of Cerdonia.
which is not good.
No.
Okay.
No, it's
No, it's not. Especially because I don't know how this combat tomorrow. I want to verify. We've been talking about the siege of Salos and the end of the Mesoean Empire. That battle is happening tomorrow. Like I still haven't actually had that battle yet. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next session tomorrow. So all I know is bullet points of what might happen, and I feel so bad if I have to railroad, like they clean house, and then I have to railroad, like, oh shit, you still lose, but just because of all of the shit that has already happened as a result of that fight, I probably won't. I probably won't railroad anything.
Was where Pluto dies.
No,
Right.
Pluto's already dead. Pluto died
Oh,
before
okay.
the Battle of Salos, which is
Okay, cool.
the battle with Scylla.
Who are the main characters in that Battle of Selos?
Of Salos, that's Group 3 and Group 6.
Okay. And who on the council and the syndicate are in that battle?
So, so most of the syndicate did in fact contribute to that battle. It was So the Mizoian Empire is ruled by. I'm actually gonna end the stream just so that don't spoil it for the people who fucking show up.
Spoiler.
Hey, but they're gonna be the end of the session. Thank you all for coming. I'll see you a little bit. Bye bye. And then just fucking end it.
Bye.